Crawling and autism. Crawling and autism is a big indicator, but it's not the end all that end alls. Okay, guys, by the year 2050, I'm not making this up. They are. They say every other child's going to have autism. You've got to get with time dictated development. The government standards are for a developmentally delayed child. If you're a little bit behind the government, you're definitely saying right off the bat, my child's developmentally delayed and or globally delayed. It's got to stop. I have time dictated development. Then there's the wait and see or the baby dictated development. All babies develop at their own time. No, they don't. Right? And then there's developmental delays, global delays. And this could happen because of NICU. This could happen due to genetics that you might know or not know about. There's all just different variations that goes on. Listen, I'm 60. When I grew up, this didn't exist. It didn't exist. I can go back to my all of high school. It's not about better diagnosing. These kids are increasing by tenfolds. I've predicted that within 10 years, now it's down to 8, and I've been saying this. Every family is going to have a child with special needs. It's got to stop. We've got to catch it before it's happening. But first of all, you've got to look at the birth, newborn movement assessment. I'm not saying C-sections are bad, but we have the highest rate of C-sections in New Jersey and California. We have the highest rate of autism, right? It's the type of C-section and where the baby was traumatized in their movements. Right now we're going into looking at their time dictated development. Are they on their time? I'm telling you right now, if you have a problem with crawling, you've missed milestones. Everybody is looking at locomotion and they're going, why do we have a problem? You've had a problem, right? Your concerns, it's not so bad. He's rolling over. It's a little bit late. I love this one. My baby hates tummy time. No, your baby doesn't hate tummy time. They can't do it, right? So the help needs to be there from you because it's not going to happen from the system. It's got to be there from you. You as a parent, that's why I've created all the tools. I went through everything that you went through. They told me my kid will be better next week, tomorrow, this, that, and the other. Then they were telling me he was going to die in 6 months. I've been through it all. And they said he would never walk or talk. And his goal at 4 was to say mom. And he's about to, I still laugh at this. He's about to graduate college with a minor in Russian. So he can talk in 2 languages. And Russian, the reason he picks Russian too, like you think autistic kids don't want to be around people. Spanish and French were online. Russian was in person. He took Russian because it was in person. He took like the hardest language ever. But anyway, so when you're looking at the crawling being the thing, it's really the pubic bone strike. If you look at kids and stimming and all of this sort of stuff, the pubic bone strike is very weak, right? The pubic bone strike is really important from sitting to going into all fours and crawling. Pushing off the ground into crawling is not the same thing, right? It's a weakened milestone, and this is where a lot of kids start to club crawl, army crawl, and so forth, because the missed milestone is going from sitting into all fours, or they can't come to sitting through their back, or they didn't grab their feet right. So we have to look at these qualities. So by the time you get to crawling, you've probably missed, again, with autism, at least 2 milestones. Right? And now you're going into like, oh, lack of crawling causes autism. Well, really, you can't grab your feet. You didn't come to sitting through your back. You're not going into all fours. So you're saying it's the crawling. So we have to look at that thing. And what do I want you to do? I want you to go back and build about a foundation. If the child didn't have a good breath response at birth, we need to do the breathing course. If they hated tummy time, we're going to go back and just review the tummy time or the rolling over. We want to make everything optimal, right? I'm not saying that this is a regression. It's not a regression. It's building a better foundation. So that's what you have to look at. But autism and ADD and all genetics, all of this can get caught really early instead of this wait and see. The average age for autism diagnosis is 3. Do you know what kind of development you're missing and not getting into and deviations by age 3? That's just too long. The government standards are they don't look at behavioral until 9 months. And even if the child's army crawling, you mentioned the word crawling to a physician at that point, your baby is on track. They don't look at the qualities. They don't look at what was missed or not missed. They are progressing. That to them is a progression. If your baby is progression, it's out of their parameters for even concerns. So that's what you have to worry about. And then if your child's been age adjusted, which I don't do as well, then you're sitting there and you're really got a 12-month-old baby only doing 10-month-old stuff. The baby that really needs the help, you're actually saying then that they're on track when they're not, because they're 12 months old and they're barely crawling. So that's also got to stop. So because you need the help you deserve, right? It's not here to say that your baby's got a problem. What do we need to have optimal development? That's it. It's just that simple. Yes, people have autism, and yes, people have Down syndrome, and yes, people have CDKL5. Are they being in their best life? Like I have a woman that's just coming in right now for Parkinson's. She knows she has Parkinson's, but she wants to be better. She wants to do it without pain. She wants to do it with better stamina. And that's what we do here. We do it for the babies. We do it for the big babies. We do it for the adults, the anti-aging, all of that, the professional athletes. But to look at one thing that people really don't have a good quality of, even the U.S. government doesn't know why there's different types of crawling, so they just took it out as a milestone. That's a really good solution. It's so bad out there, we're just not going to even include it. Instead of saying, what's the problem? How do we solve it? Here, we're not going to tell you there's a problem without a solution. We've got over 100 courses. We've got books. I do these lives. But the wait and see approach has got to stop, at least in your life. Thanks.